In the depths of the Russian Ural Mountains, amidst endless snow and ancient forests, lies a remote area known as Khykyl. In the language of the indigenous Mansi people, it means, dead mountain. And it was near this ominous peak, in February of 1959, that one of history's most chilling and inexplicable mysteries would unfold. A group of 9 experienced hikers, led by a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov, set out on what was meant to be a routine expedition. The team was made up of university friends, young and healthy, all seasoned in winter treks through the harsh, frozen wilderness. Their goal was to reach a mountain named Otatin, but fate had other plans. The group meticulously documented their journey, taking photographs and jotting down diary entries. Each image, each scribbled line of text, captured the camaraderie and spirit of adventure that carried them through snowstorms and bitter winds. But soon, these would become the last records of their lives. On February 1, the hikers pitched their tent on the eastern slope of Khykyl. Weather had worsened, visibility was poor, and they decided to camp where they stood rather than move into the forest below. They built a makeshift shelter on the open mountainside, a decision that would soon become central to the enigma. When the group failed to check in by their expected return date, a search party was dispatched. What the rescuers found days later was something no one could have imagined. The hiker's tent had been slashed open from the inside. Footprints, some barefoot, others in socks, led away from the camp into the snow. These prints stretched for over a kilometer before disappearing into the woods. Within the tree line, under a large cedar tree, the bodies of 2 hikers were discovered, Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko. They were dressed only in underwear, their hands burned as if they had been desperately trying to stay warm by a fire. Nearby branches were broken, suggesting someone had climbed the tree, perhaps to look back at the tent or something else entirely. As rescuers pressed further, they found 3 more bodies, Igor Dyatlov, Zina Kolmogorova, and Rustam Slobodin, spaced out between the cedar and the camp. Their poses spoke of sheer desperation, as though they had been trying to crawl back to safety. It took 2 more months for the remaining 4 bodies to be discovered, buried beneath meters of snow in a nearby ravine. Their deaths were even more disturbing. One woman, Lyudmila Dubanina, had her tongue missing, as well as parts of her lips and facial tissue. Several of the others had massive internal injuries, yet no external wounds. One man had a crushed skull, 2 had broken ribs. Medical examiners noted the force required to inflict such trauma was equivalent to a car crash. Even stranger, no defensive wounds, no signs of struggle. Radiation was found on some of their clothes. The surrounding area held odd clues. Reports of strange orange spheres in the night sky around the time of their deaths, a sudden increase in military presence, and even accounts of discolored skin on the bodies. In the years since, theories have multiplied. Some believe the group fell victim to an avalanche, though their injuries and the lack of snow displacement seemed inconsistent with this. Others pointed to infrasound, a low-frequency wind phenomenon known to cause panic attacks and disorientation in humans. Perhaps this drove the hikers into a frenzied escape. Some blamed secret military tests. The proximity of Soviet missile ranges fueled speculation that the group stumbled upon something they were never meant to see. UFO theories also surfaced, spurred by the accounts of glowing orbs and odd radiation readings. Could something extraterrestrial have terrified the hikers into fleeing half-dressed into the night? Another darker suggestion came from the indigenous Mansi people, a tale of a forbidden mountain, cursed and watched by ancient spirits. To this day, no official explanation fully accounts for every piece of the puzzle. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, concluding that an avalanche had caused the deaths, though critics remain unconvinced. The final moments of the Dyatlov group remain shrouded in snow and silence, a frozen riddle carried by the winds of the Ural Mountains. Their story endures not just because of its tragedy, but because it reminds us how quickly the known can become unknowable. How even in an age of science and reason, nature, and perhaps other forces, can still keep their secrets. Answer: every winter, as the snow falls over Dead Mountain, the world quietly remembers 9 souls lost to the night, and the questions left buried beneath the ice.